dancing throw slash and battlefield reporter Monica! On today's episode, we're with the Legitimate Kingdom's 37 Mechanized Maintenance Battalion! Our theme for the show is women making an impact in the military! I'll be getting up close and personal with female commanders and elite pilots on the front lines!
I hope they're not sending her out with us. Magazine models don't belong on the front.
Are you serious, Avia? I thought she'd be the type of girl to really get your young blood pumping.
Sure, she's hot. This seems like a bad idea. They're blazing those lights during a nighttime operation.
It's not a problem if they're on site, and it's not like we'll let them broadcast the invasion live. And besides, this has full approval from High Command.
Huh?
They understand now more than ever the power of the media can't be underestimated. If we can get the show to feature us favorably, it'll help the Army achieve its recruitment goals, and make people less critical of the blood tax and other defense spending. Though, I relish the thought of poor saps who joined because of a magazine model and the reality waiting for them once they get to boot camp.
I figure hot babes are a better reason to enlist than an obsession with cheesy action flicks.
I'm about to do an interview with them, so I'll keep that in mind.
Your service to our country is much appreciated.
Yours too.
You mean it?
In about 2 hours, I'll lift the ration limit on caffeine. Brew a couple pots of coffee and let everyone in the barracks know they're gonna need all the boost they can get tonight.
Knowing we have to get up in the middle of the night makes it that much harder to fall asleep.
You learn to force yourself to sleep. Who knows when you'll get the chance again. An operation under the cover of night. It's not the kind of thing you want to coast through half awake.
Something's got them all worked up.
I heard from Frolacia there's a TV show doing a shoot on base.
Oh, well that explains a lot.
I hope you hunks at home are ready for the show! Stay tuned!
Don't wanna die before we see our fire inside, so 泥まみれのその表情が見据えてる先流れ落ちる朝が全て無駄に終わるとしても戦うことだけは忘れはしないだろういつでも笑える強い君の泣き顔は誰も知らないから心の技は消えないけど You always never gave up, you never gave up, so nothing's too late. So yeah, then never wake up, you never wake up, you let me take closer. It's gonna get you down. 笑えない世界はどこまでも笑ってそうさ駆け抜ければいい
This is kinda exciting. I wonder what the Faith Organization's object is gonna be like. I've looked over the data we have on it, but it just isn't the same as seeing it in person.
I doubt you will.
I guess you're right. It'll be hard to see much in the darkness. But you're the backbone of this operation, so I shouldn't complain. You gonna be okay running on no sleep?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm more relaxed in the cockpit than I am in most other places.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
What about you, though? Shouldn't you be getting some sleep?
I'm still technically a student. I've gotten good at pulling all-nighters. Since I'm not officially a soldier, I shouldn't get sent to the front lines.
It could be the front lines or why you're asleep in your bunk. You never hear the one that has your name on it coming. Remember that the next time you start to let your guard down.
I can't always be on guard. Hell, I could drop dead tomorrow while spanking it in the shower.
Doing what?
My point is, there are too many things to waste your time and energy worrying about. An email. We're short all of these parts? No! Are you sending me to grab this crap now?
You say something, little boy?
Quinther? Did you give her your email address too?
It's just a work thing. It means nothing. You're the only one I love, baby.
Get your tuchus in gear, you lazy long hair. We haven't got all day.
Aye, aye! How did this many things get left until the last second? By the time I'm done unloading, this'll have graduated with honors.
You there.
You there? Her uniform's different. I wonder who she is. Oh, hi. Can I help you, my lady?
You don't need to call me a lady. I was born a commoner. Though you wouldn't be the first to make the same mistake. More importantly, this is about you. Other than the Baby Magnum's elite and maintenance crew, all personnel were ordered to stand by until further instruction, no exceptions.
Crap, she's the straight-laced brown-nosy type. I know, and I'm sorry, but I have a request from maintenance to bring these materials for final repairs.
What is your affiliation and rank? Affiliation and rank. I need an answer.
Gun! I'm a student! I'm a designated engineer, but as for where I belong in the battalion, that's kind of a gray area. But basically, if I'm not getting chewed out with my buddy Havia, then Granny's giving me a lecture in the maintenance bay!
A student, huh? How disappointing. That's not my jurisdiction. Bang. You're not official military personnel. My oversight duties don't apply to you. Please excuse me.
So tell me more about this lady in the black uniform.
She pulled a revolver on me and asked affiliation and rank? The oversight. What's it all about?
They're supervising the battlefront. What a joke. But they keep an eye on us anyway, making sure we don't commit any crimes or abuse POWs, basically keeping tabs on everything.
How novel. This oversight sounds more intrusive than your average dorm resident advisor.
That's why it's better to stay on her good side, though honestly, I don't think you have too much to worry about. Black uniforms deal with official military personnel and non-regular combat personnel that we hire on site. But as far as classifications go, you're still a civilian.
As you were. I hope everyone had a nice nap and a belly full of coffee because you'll wish you had when you're out in the middle of the night facing the biting cold. Now then, eyes forward, mouth shut.
Someone's off her game. Boobarella's never acted so nervous before a briefing.
Back of the room, right corner. A CSTV camera is filming.
This whole TV show thing's a big pain in the butt. It's bad enough they keep getting in our way, but they've got everybody walking on eggshells.
Let's start, shall we? Our mission is to infiltrate Faith Organization territory and proceed to capture and destroy the military coal mine on the eastern coast of the Kamchatka Peninsula. According to Intelligence Division analysis, this military coal mine is providing fuel for JP-level MHD reactors, which are capable of powering objects. With the coal mine's destruction, the Faith Organization's military will learn the limits of their capabilities as they struggle with their impeded movement. But that's not all. As I was saying, they've deployed a second-gen object to try and stymie our advance. This photo was taken 3 months ago over the Pacific Ocean. Designated the Wing Balancer, it's disproportionate in size to the large gun barrel, with the main weapon being a small-caliber coil gun. Though not very powerful, is capable of piling up damage over time by scoring long-range hits. This second-gen unit relies on air jets to get around and has full amphibious functionality without the need to exchange parts. I'll cut to the chase. It's formidable. It's not the sort of opponent we can send the Baby Magnum against head-on.
She's drop-dead gorgeous, chesty, and honest to boot. I could have done a whole lot worse with my officer assignment.
I want you all to check out our upcoming field of battle, the eastern coast of the Kamchatka Peninsula.
What the heck is
It's
that?
almost like a spider's web.
That's the result of the Bering Sea earthquake. Although the Faith Organization submarine-based project takes some of the blame.
With that topography, the amphibious object will have an overwhelming advantage.
The Baby Magnum needs to exchange parts to operate on water. The terrain's not in her favor.
That's why I brought the lot of you together for this mission briefing.
Let me guess, you're leaving things up to Havia and me.
You can relax. We have a plan this time. The enemy put these radar dishes in place with the intent of improving the Wing Balancer's accuracy. Instead, we'll put them to work for us. You'll head to the radar base, then upload a program we prepared to throw out their supplemental targeting data.
A question. Once they notice the targeting is off, won't the Wing Balancer move to act independently?
You've seen the size of that thing. Objects aren't as simple as fluorescent lights where one switch can turn it off or on. Even if it only takes a minute or two to switch back over to manual, that's all the time the Princess will need.
So to boil it all down, you're ordering us to go and hack the radar facility.
The radar facility and their UAVs, to be precise.
UAVs? Like unmanned aerial vehicles?
Sounds like this student has learned his military acronyms.
A student?
I wonder if he's anything like you.
There's a surveillance network of UAVs covering all approaches to the facility. So your first job is to disable these eyes in the sky. Charles.
Right. The UAVs fly with complete autonomy, but follow parameters set by their navigation software. There's a catch. A course correction is uploaded every half hour to adjust their flight paths. That's the exploit we're looking for.
Well, isn't that convenient?
The post-earthquake geography is complicated. If you don't send frequent updates, then you risk slamming 50,000 euros worth of technology into the face of a cliff.
Yes. We simply have to infect a single UAV out on patrol. From there, it should spread to every other unit in the field.
And that's when we move in. Now I'll go over our plan of attack on our primary target, the coal mine. First, Unit A will go to Point 1 on the coast and upload the virus to the enemy UAV. Next up, Unit B. You'll head inland to Point 2 and patch into the radar facility's cables to upload the sabotage program directly. At that point, the Princess will mobilize. With the enemy's targeting systems corrupted, she'll proceed to Point 3 and put the wing balancer down with one shot. With their object out of the picture, we'll offer the coal mine terms of surrender. We'll give them a grace period to evacuate their personnel, and then the baby Magnum will turn her guns on the mine. If we proceed according to schedule, then by daybreak, we'll have a base-wide champagne-filled water gun fight in celebration of our victory. As of now, the Kamchatka Peninsula Nighttime Blitz has the green light. I wish you all good luck.
Thank you, Major!
This is all wrong. Screwed up beyond all recognition.
What are you talking about?
It's simple, Mjolnir. The fact that I, the great and handsome Havia, have been sent to the dangers of the front line again, while my buddy Quenther gets to be on standby in the safer rear.
It seemed to me like Major Capistrano wanted to toss that Quenther kid right in the warpath with the rest of us. But with the black uniforms here asserting their authority, sending a civilian student off to the front line was no longer a viable option.
And besides, Quinther and the rest of Unit A are headed to Point 1 to disable the UAVs. It's not like he's curled up snug in bed, you know.
You have a lot to learn about this world, Mjolnir. Him getting it easier than me, even by a little, is absolutely criminal.
You're upset because your boyfriend isn't here to keep you warm. Just admit it.
Shut your trap, Westy. And why would you want to pair up two straight guys anyway?
He says like he's never fantasized about two girls getting together for his viewing pleasure.
You got the two girls right, but in my dreams, I do more than watch.
Fair enough. When dreams are all you have, you might as well dream big.
I feel like a teacher leading a field trip.
Wow, look at that aurora. It's not entirely wasted on a future object designer, but this kind of assignment seems better for someone in a different field, like environmental science.
Quit griping and enjoy it, you gargantuan gearhead. If you study harsh environments to operate in, it can only help to flesh out the margins of your future designs.
If I'm learning to adapt my designs to colder environments, a walk-in freezer is more than enough, Nutsray.
The trick to a happier life is to pick up new ideas in new places, to find inspiration no matter what situation you may find yourself in.
Judging by your outlook and lust for life, I'd say you're a tequila drinker. Hey, Charles, I think the charm of playing in the snow has started to wear off, wouldn't you agree? Yo, Charles!
Once the homesickness sets in, he gets all distant, or at least gloomier.
Do you really think we can rely on Mr. Social Graces here? He helped develop the sabotage program and he's in charge of hacking. That's a lot for such a timid guy.
No better reason for our current lineup. Charles is such a terribly gloomy, shy around strangers type. Having our team with students instead of soldiers can help reduce tension, which makes the mission more likely to succeed.
Looks like one non-student member of our team is raising tensions all by herself, though.
Apparently, Miss Class President's name is Charlotte. She leaves as soon as her oversight duties are over, though. Gotta admit, I'd love to seal the deal with that one before she leaves.
You realize we aren't going to be students abroad on deployment forever. How many, quote, practical skills can you acquire with such a cavalier attitude?
I'll just repeat a year and extend my time abroad if I have to. The major premise here is to be happy, okay? If you're all doom and gloom, you won't have any luck getting things to stick upstairs. What are you in such a hurry for? You're studying to be a designer, right? You really want to be rich that badly?
When I was little, there was a noble family that lived in our neighborhood. A famous family name and a sprawling mansion. They looked so secure, so unshakable. But one day, their family fell to ruin, and the neighborhood turned on them. The family decided to flee. Even their former servants were hunting them. I remember they had a spoiled daughter. I'm talking annoying. It makes me sick to think of what the mob might have done to her if my father hadn't offered them shelter.
Your dad must be one hell of a courageous man. I admire that.
One small ripple can bring a noble family tumbling down to nothing. Even now, it's burned into my eyes. Mighty nobles so used to getting their way all the time. Huddled together, trembling, in a commoner's cramped storehouse. To be rock solid, how much wealth does it take to get there? And if a commoner ever wants that stability, he can't afford to be conventional, can he?
Guess not. But I don't plan to risk my life against objects. I can't work miracles like you can, Mr. Gwynthur Barbatage, the Giant Slayer. All right, Charles. It's about time we got that antenna set up, isn't it?
You there. I apologize, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation.
Then you understand why I want to be rich.
Your desire for financial security is only natural. But if you want my opinion, the character your father showed when those people needed help is the kind of stability money can't buy.
That's only because you don't know what he's really like. My old man is a lowly, nondescript office worker. He spent his career bowing and scraping to let his future be constricted by modest pensions. If the company ever went bankrupt, he'd be up a creek without a paddle. And that's a possible fate for anyone, pedigree or not.
I still respect a man with integrity. Despite the danger, he reached out to the family in need. He sounds like an absolutely wonderful father. If he does lose his job, I'd like to help. Tell him to contact Charlotte Zoom should he find the need. For a man of his caliber, I know I could refer him to a job that would be suitable.
Thank you, that's very kind.
Out of curiosity, what happened to the ruined noble family after that?
They got their chance at a fresh start in life, with new identities from the Bureau of Ancestry. And if I remember correctly, that annoying spoiled daughter of theirs became a starlet somewhere, I think.
Here we go! Ta-da! It's time to check out the 37th Mechanized Maintenance Battalion's Totally Awesome Command Center! That figure of feminine ferocity is the commanding officer, Major Felicia Capistrano!
This is a restricted area!
It's all right. The higher-ups have ordered us to fully cooperate.
And for that, I'm super grateful!
However, since we currently have an operation underway, we'll have to check all the footage your crew has shot so far.
Fine! Is that a diagram of the baby Magnum?
No. You're looking at the 24th Mechanized Maintenance Battalion's new second-gen object, codename Indigo Plasma.
Wow, what a cool name!
It's actually a decoy. Because of its presence, the wing balancer is staying put, ready for a standoff. While Indigo Plasma is drawing focus, Baby Magnum will proceed to Operation Point 3.
We've got 2 objects, and the enemy only has 1. Couldn't we just beat him with brute force?
There's more than the enemy object's combat power. Between the geography and the defense facilities, a straightforward path would be advised against. So the answer is no.
Sounds complicated.
That's a long way down. You'd fall to your death. So then what are we gonna do now, Chief? The mission requires us to be on the other side, but first we gotta figure out how to get across this gorge.
According to the map, we'll find a suspension bridge 3 clicks north.
And I'll bet that bridge is covered by surveillance devices with artillery zeroed in for good measure. In other words, if we take a route that diverges from what the enemy expects from us, we'll better our odds of remaining undetected. Myeonri, please.
Don't tell me. She's got an inflatable boat.
We'll make our descent right here, cross the water, and then climb back up. It's the simplest, quickest way to get to the other side without exposing ourselves on a bridge.
Of course, why not?
So the transmission antenna is fully set up now?
Yep. Now we just have to track down a target to relay the virus to.
So what?
Go and confirm the location of a UAV.
But why me?
Well, I'm the one who set up the antenna. Charles is in charge of sending the data, so which one of us hasn't done anything yet?
Alright, fine, I'll go, damn it. Totally figures I'd end up with the riskiest job of them all.
I'll join you as well, since I haven't done anything so far either.
Thanks, but...
You move like an amateur and forget to cover your tracks. I can't allow you to be spotted so easily.
Hey, Gwynthur, when you guys go behind a rock to get it on, be sure to call me. When it's this cold, the more people there are, the merrier.
You should watch your mouth. If you were a regular soldier, I would have blasted a hole in you already.
Wow, good luck for me. I'm not a regular soldier.
Upon completion of the floating parts exchange, transition to sequence sexy. Crew members are to take shelter in the waterproof sector. Repeat, crew members take shelter in the waterproof
Baby Magnum,
sector.
booting up.
You heard the announcement.
I'll see you real soon.
I hope you're right, dear.
gas speed, this mission's a damn circus act.
It'll be okay. I know Quenther will create an opening for me to hit him hard. This is Baby Magnum. I am mobilizing and headed to point 3 now.
It's not you that concerns me, Princess. I'm worried about that foolish boy. Infiltrating enemy territory. If something happens, he'll be surrounded by enemies on all sides.
Charles, how's the program coming along? We good to go? What's the matter, Chuck? Didn't anyone tell you when you were a kid? When somebody's talking to you, you should look them square in the eye. 'Cause if you don't, it can get dangerous.
Relax. You don't want to tense up like that. They won't have an easy time finding us in this blizzard, so try to stay loose.
I'll try to keep that in mind, thanks.
Small speck, north-northwest.
I see an eagle. Is that it?
Farther behind it, there's something else. It's strange that a bird that isn't nocturnal would be flying around so late in this weather. Did a noise startle it into taking flight?
I found it! 2,900 meters to the north-northwest.
Just talk right into it.
Charles, the target is moving at 150 kph, going from BC9 to BF9. It's proceeding right alongside the cliffs, so check the geography to make an estimate. Charles? Are you there, Charles? Come in!
That's odd, his radio is connecting.
I get being homesick, but this is just ridiculous.
I'll go check on him.
Charlotte! But why? The coal mine littered with stacks of money.
The Kamchatka Peninsula Nighttime Blitz. 2.